Talk to me about Dmitry Bivol, obviously a fantastic win out in Vegas last time out over Canelo. Defied all odds, really. Canelo decided to take the Triple G fight and not have the rematch straight away. I'm hearing that there might be an offer made from Joshua Buatsi to take that fight later on in this year.
Well, the Bivol Canelo was a great fight. A lot of people, a lot of fans didn't know who Bivol was, and you got to give an opportunity to a great fighter, to a great hungry fighter, so that you get to know him, and that's what happened that night. Canelo Alvarez gave the opportunity to a fighter that was hungry and believed in his ability to become victorious that night, and that's what happened. Coming into camp, Bivol comes into my gym with his trainer, with his whole team, and just making us part of their team. So for advices and a little bit of help of what we think about Canelo, the fight plan, the strategy, so everybody there shared some experiences, and coming into Las Vegas and working on the fight was great. Coming out with a victory, it was a good feeling because we were the only ones that believed that Dmitry Bivol would win that fight. The problem was going the distance and winning the fight and not coming out with a victory.
So what is next for Dmitry? Do you think that Joshua Buatsi fight could be made?
What's next for Dmitry? Honestly, I don't know. Right now, the only thing I know is that Dmitry's enjoying his family and his time. A well-deserved time off because, he made history. So after that, the management team knows what's next. I know that Surdo Ramirez is the mandatory, but we still don't know. Canelo decided to go around and fight Triple G, which is a good fight on the trilogy. But right now, we're just going to wait to see what happens and wait for the news.
Why do you think Canelo chose the Triple G fight instead of the Bivol rematch straight away?
Why? Because it's an easier fight for him. If he fights Dmitry Bivol again, he'll lose again. Business-wise, is not a good move for Canelo. So, business-wise, he needed to go around and fight Triple G. Now that Triple G, aged a little more, and on this third fight, he'll shine, he'll look good, and bring his name back up again, and Canelo's still the king of the division.
Do you think Canelo will get that third a victory over Triple G in that third fight?
Yeah, Canelo will definitely win. I have no doubt in my mind because, Canelo's still in his prime. Triple G already has a loss in his record. He hasn't been looking great in his last fights, and obviously age is a big factor. So I think that Canelo should win, and he should win decisive on this one. Look, that fight has been on the talks for a long time. If it hasn't happened, it's for a reason. It's business purposes. Boxing is about making money. And they have to wait till the right moment so they can sell a lot of pay-per-views and they can make money on the gate and stuff like that, That fight could have been done years ago. If they haven't done it, it's for business purposes. But now that they're close to making it, they're going to blow it up and they're going to generate a lot of attention. That fight is not a big deal. Terence Crawford is a smart fighter. Errol Spence is a strong physically fighter. But style-wise, Crawford will win. Decision. He'll win by decision. I don't think either of them will knock each other out. But I think Terence Crawford has the tools to beat Errol Spence. I'm not taking anything from Errol Spence. He's a great fighter, strong fighter, great fighter. But if I have to choose, stylistically, Terence Crawford has a little bit more tools to win the fight by decision.
And last one, Joel, thanks for your time. Devin Haney, he recently become undisputed champion in the lightweight division, a division that's popping over in the States. How do you think he does against the likes of Tank, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko? The division's really thriving. It's important to get these fights on.
I really don't know because Devin Haney is a fighter that, doesn't bring a lot of action to the table, Honestly, I haven't seen much of him. The only time I've seen, and I don't take credit from Devin Haney. He's a great fighter. He's just slick, smart fighter. But honestly, against a David Haney, against a Tank Davis, against a Ryan Garcia, I don't know. We have to see because styles make fights. And I saw him fight Jorge Linares, which was a good fight. Jorge Linares already towards the end of his career with power. And David Haney has the tools because he's slick, he's smart. You know, he can outbox you. But against a Tank Davis, it's honestly, to me, it's complicated to figure it out because those two fighters are young, they're in their prime, and they're slick, smart fighters.
Israel Madjagorov on the undercard against Sorrow for the second time. First of all, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm honored to be here. You know, I'm happy to be here in London, being part of this great card. Hopefully, an exciting one Saturday night.
Talk to me about the fight then, Madjagorov Sorrow 2. The first one ended in controversial circumstances. This is why we're getting the rematch, but glad for you, from your perspective to get that rematch on.
Well, the WBA ordered a rematch because the first fight was a controversy due to a stoppage after the bell rang, you know. And honestly, it was nobody's fault. Nobody in that arena heard the bell, nor the referee, the corners, nobody did. But, you know, it happened. No problem. We're back. So now all we have to do is, you know, get in there and be decisive with a victory. I know it's going to be a great fight because Sorrow is a tough fighter, experienced fighter, and he comes to fight. Israel always prepares himself 100%, and now we're going to get in there and you know, make it more decisive for the fans.
Looking forward to a loud London O2 Arena. The fans here are very loud, very passionate about their boxing.
Yeah, London, here, I've been here many times. Big boxing fans, and I expect a great outcome when it comes to fans in the arena, you know. But this time, I know it's going to be different because in Uzbekistan, it was a small arena. The crowd was cheering really loud, and we didn't hear the bell. So hopefully on this one, everything goes well, and Israel does his job. Everything that we work for is going to be played that night so that he can come out victorious.
And all being well, what's next for Israel? Well, you know the WBA ordered this, but surely he'll be going to bigger, better fights.
What's next? Honestly, well, I really don't know. We have to wait for the outcome of this fight. But if everything goes well, there's already talks about him being the mandatory for the WBA against Charlo. So we'll see what happens after this. Everything goes well Saturday night. Looking forward to a world title fight, to a world title opportunity sometime the beginning of next year or end of this year.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.